Welcome to the Essential Skills for Humaning podcast, where we explore the fundamental abilities and insights that make us better humans. Here's your host, Christina Eanes.
Hey there, Christina Eanes here with Eanes Training and your host of the Essential Skills for Humaning podcast. Today, I want to talk about a skill that isn't just useful. It's absolutely essential in today's unpredictable world: personal agility. Now, I know the word agility might bring up images of athletes weaving through an obstacle course, or maybe project managers juggling tasks with fancy charts and acronyms. But personal agility, that's different. That's about you. It's a mindset, a way of approaching your day, your challenges, and your life so that you can pivot when things change, recover when they don't go as planned, and still move forward without burning yourself out. And let's be honest, life gives us plenty of opportunities to practice this. We're all dealing with change. Sometimes it's big and dramatic, like a new leadership team at work, a company merger, or a global event that suddenly flips our routines upside down. But more often, it's the little changes. New tools, shifting priorities, a last-minute request, a teammate calling in sick. Sometimes all of those things happen in the same week. So how do you stay flexible, focused, and grounded in the middle of all of that? How do you keep from getting stuck, frozen, or feeling like you're in a constant game of whack-a-mole? That's what we're going to unpack today. Let's start with the basics. At its core, personal agility is your ability to handle change, both the unexpected and the expected, in a way that keeps you moving forward. It's how you respond not just to the big, headline-worthy disruptions, but to those daily curveballs that throw off your rhythm. It's about pivoting without panic, which is shifting your approach without losing your head. It's about reframing challenges, seeing them from a perspective that creates options instead of dead ends. It's about staying centered, keeping your mental and emotional balance even when things are speeding up or breaking down. And finally, it's about momentum, getting unstuck and moving forward even when everything feels uncertain. And here's an important note. It's not about being perfect or in control all the time. That's impossible. Personal agility is about being adaptable with intention. Let me say that again. Personal agility is about being adaptable with intention, making conscious, thoughtful choices about how you respond. A client once shared a story that perfectly illustrates this. A new software system was rolled out at their company without much warning. Anyone relate? 2 of their employees had very different reactions. Employee 1 froze. They were frustrated, overwhelmed, and sat at their desk waiting for detailed instructions before touching the system. Employee 2 took a different approach. They asked a few questions, started testing the system to see what worked, and even began sharing quick tips with their teammates. Same disruption, same lack of warning, but very different results. The second employee wasn't just more productive, they became a source of stability and confidence for the team. That's personal agility in action. We live in a time where change is no longer the exception, it's the norm. The World Economic Forum has repeatedly identified adaptability as one of the top skills for the future workforce. Why? Because the shelf life of skills is shrinking. Industries are evolving faster, and what worked yesterday might not work tomorrow. If you can adapt quickly, you reduce stress for yourself and others, you spot opportunities that others miss, you maintain forward momentum while others are stalled in frustration, and you strengthen trust because people see you as someone who can handle the unexpected without drama. And here's the kicker. Personal agility doesn't just make you better at your job, it makes you better at life. When you can roll with change, you handle everything, from a last-minute meeting to a surprise flat tire, with less anxiety and more confidence. So how do you build it? I'm going to share 3 powerful, very doable practices that you can start using today. These aren't theoretical. These are practical, in-the-moment skills you can use in any situation. First, learn to reframe fast. When something changes, especially unexpectedly, your brain's default setting is often loss mode. Why did they change this? This is going to make my life harder. I liked it the old way. This is normal. It's your brain trying to protect you by spotting threats. But staying in loss mode keeps you stuck. Instead, try rapid reframing. Ask yourself, what's the opportunity here? What can I learn from this? How could this change work for me? Example, let's say your team reorganizes and you're suddenly reporting to a new manager. Instead of thinking, great, now I have to start from scratch, you might reframe it as, this is a chance to showcase my skills to someone new and expand my network in the organization. That small mental shift can completely change your energy and your results. Here's the second tip. Anchor to what you can control. Change often feels overwhelming because it makes us feel powerless. But even the most chaotic situations, there are always things you can control, such as your attitude, which is the energy you bring into the situation, your response, whether you react emotionally or respond thoughtfully, and your next action, one small productive step forward. Here's an example. If a project deadline moves up unexpectedly, you can't control the new date, but you can control how you prioritize tasks, communicate with stakeholders, and manage your energy so you don't burn out before the deadline. Okay, tip number 3, build your bounce back toolkit. This is your personal set of quick reset strategies for when things get messy. Your toolkit might include taking a 5-minute walk outside, doing a short breathing exercise, journaling to clear your head, calling a trusted colleague for perspective. The goal isn't to avoid stress, it's to recover faster so you can re-engage with clarity. I know someone who keeps a calm playlist on their phone. Whenever things get overwhelming, they step away, put in their earbuds, and play a few tracks to reset their mood before coming back to the task at hand. Now let's look at what can get in the way. Even with the best intentions, there are things that can block your ability to adapt. Some common ones include perfectionism, which is waiting until you feel completely ready or informed before acting. Over-identifying with routines, which is clinging so tightly to your normal process that you resist anything new. Another one, catastrophizing, if I'm saying that right. That's assuming a change will automatically lead to the worst possible outcome. Another one, ego attachment, feeling that a change invalidates your previous work or ideas. Recognizing these tendencies is the first step toward overcoming them. Personal agility is powerful, but when a whole team has it, the results are exponential. Teams with agility share information quickly without hoarding it, support each other in experiments and learning, focus on solutions rather than blame, and keep morale up even during setbacks. You can encourage your team's agility by normalizing the idea that plans will change, by creating safe spaces for people to share ideas without judgment, and by recognizing and celebrating adaptive thinking in action. Okay, let's wrap this up with some questions you can ask yourself to strengthen your personal agility right now. What was the last time I faced an unexpected change at work or in life? How did I respond? Next question, what would I do differently next time to adapt more quickly? Third, what's one thing I can add to my bounce back toolkit this week? And finally, which of my current routines or processes could I loosen up a little bit to make room for adaptability? And here's your challenge for the week. Pick one small, low-risk change. Maybe a different commute route, a new way of structuring your morning, or trying out a different tool at work. Do it, and then notice how you react. Practice reframing, focusing on what you can control, and using your bounce back toolkit. Personal agility isn't about controlling the chaos. It's about moving through it well. And the good news, like any skill, you can strengthen it with practice. The more you use it, the more natural it becomes, and the more confident you'll feel when the next curveball comes your way. Which it will. Now, if you want to help your team build this skill, check out our course, Personal Agility, Adapting and Thriving in a Changing World. It's full of tools, exercises, and real-world applications to help you and your team stay calm, adaptable, and focused, no matter what's ahead. You can find it at eanestraining.com. Thanks for tuning in, and remember, you don't have to control the chaos. You just need to move well through it.
Thank you for tuning in to the Essential Skills for Humaning podcast. We hope you've gained valuable insights to enhance your journey as a human being. Remember, practice makes progress. Keep honing those essential skills, and until next time, keep being the best version of yourself. For more resources, visit eanestraining.com.